To finish that up. I find it interesting that many of the people that took the interdimensional shift class yesterday signed up again. So that tells you something, doesn't it? Let's face it, if I can blow Josie's mind with something new and different, it's something. So Josie, Sharon, Esther, Kat, who else is here that was from the class last night? Anyway, if you want to talk to any of them, and Susan in the back, anybody else, if you want to talk to those people and ask them what the class was about or how they like that, feel free to do that. So I'll get back to you on that when I get a date scheduled. Do you have any extra drums, Daryl, for drum making class?
Somebody that would like to show up at 1 o'clock, I do have a drum making class today.
Drum making class today at 1 o'clock. Daryl has an extra, I'm repeating what you're saying for the microphone. So Daryl has an extra skin, an extra hoop, and all of that sort of thing. So if someone would like to just show up, the cost on that class is $75, and that's just what it costs for supplies. Daryl does it out of the kindness of his heart because he loves drumming and he thinks everyone should have one. There you go. He'll just have to make another one. Mr. Phil, did you need something? No. Oh, okay. Usually you don't stare at me unless you need something. Okay. Okay, now you're creeping me out. Let's do a guided meditation, shall we? Deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. And allow yourself to be here, be centered, be in this moment. Another deep breath in and exhale. Feeling safe, feeling comfortable, feeling joyful, feeling connected, knowing that others in this room share the same moment with you with the same intent of being blessed and being in harmony. And now allow yourself to bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet. There are energy portals there. And as you become mindful of them, they will open like the eye of a camera. As they open, any unwanted tension, worry, concern, fear, loss, disappointment can just drain out the bottoms of your feet. It's heavy energy. And it takes energy to hold on to that. So by just being aware, it can just fall away. Just allow that energy to fall away from you. You don't need to carry that anymore. It just goes into the earth, and Mother Earth can transform that, transmute that. It's just energy. As you're in that process of releasing, bring your attention now to the top of your head. There's an energy portal there as well. This energy portal is your willingness that allows you access to higher realms of consciousness, to divine source. So as you become aware of that, it will open and allow you deeper, stronger, brighter connection. You may have a sense of this connection and know that this connection is being amplified by your willingness. There are many portals over the top of your head. You will intuitively know which one is right for you today. Perhaps it will be blue. Perhaps it will be golden. Perhaps it will be red. Perhaps it will be purple or sparkling iridescence. Whatever energy you perceive is what is right for you today. And you can allow this energy to flow into the top of your head from this portal. So as this energy flows in, it'll touch your mind. As it touches your mind, it quiets that chatter and allows you to find even more peace in this moment. And as you receive that sense of peace, even more of doubts and fears Worries and concerns and disappointments can just fall away. You don't need to hold on to those anymore. That was then, this is now. More and more of this loving light pouring into your body, touching your eyes, your third eye, your discernment centers over your eyebrows, allowing you to perceive the world from a different perspective, a perspective of love, a perspective of compassion and appreciation and connectedness. Allowing more and more love and light to flow into your body, touching your ears, your mouth, your throat, giving you the ability to speak your truth with gentleness and kindness. To be able to hear someone else's truth, even if it doesn't match yours, and allow them to be where they are. Don't have to fix anyone, don't have to change anyone, don't have to make them think like you do. It's all right. Allowing more and more love and light to flow into your shoulders, down into your arms and into your hands. We carry a lot of tension in our shoulders, so if you roll your shoulders, this releases the tension. Where we hold tension, energy cannot flow. And when energy does flow, it brings us healing and strength and vitality. So allow that to flow into your shoulders and into your hands, through your arms. Letting more and more loving light flow into your torso now. Let it touch every organ, every system, every tissue, every fiber, every cell, down into the cells, down into your DNA. Let this living light re-energize and vitalize you. It's your birthright. It's a gift. Receive it with gratitude and joy. Letting more and more love and light flow down into your legs, down into your feet. And let that living light flow through you into the earth. As it flows into the earth, you are a vessel of a conduit of this loving energy that flows through you. You're anchoring that into this physical realm. Feels good to be of service in this way. And now gently close the portals at the bottoms of your feet. And as you do so, you now are a vessel of light. You hold light, you contain light. And the light that is here is now being amplified, so that your whole body is vibrating at a higher level of energy. And the energy that surrounds your body, your aura, is filled with this light energy. And know that the energy of the person next to you, their aura, you're sharing in this light. And it's all love. And it's all good. And now let's take a little walk in our imagination. Perhaps you'd like to go to the beach. Perhaps you'd like to go to the mountains. Wherever you find yourself is what is right for you. As you're on this little pathway, or this little byway, or perhaps there's no path at all. Wherever you find yourself walking, be aware that there is a tree here. You may have to walk a bit to find it. If you're in a forest, there's trees all around, but there's a special tree that wants your attention. So you may have to walk around a bit until you find it. And when you find the tree, stand near it and behold its magnificence. You may want to reach out in your mind's eye and touch the tree. Touch the bark. Maybe touch its leaves. Maybe it's a spring tree and it has new growth. Maybe it's a fall tree and the leaves are falling. Whatever you experience in your imagination is what is right for you at this moment. And as you're experiencing the majestic nature of this tree tells you its story. How it began from a tiny little seedling. how it planted its roots. It just reached out. And how it reached for the light. And it grew. It took that light in and transformed that light into nourishment for itself. The light was there. All it needed was to experience it. And the rains came to bless it. And all it had to do was receive. And let it tell you its story of how it grew. Maybe there were hardships. Maybe this tree is not straight. Maybe there were branches that were cut or lightning that struck and twisted the bark. But here this tree is strong, holding its ground, living its life with glory, being what it came here to be, which is a tree. As you behold that tree, you see how you too put your roots down, found a home. How you reached for the light and you grew. And how blessings came and you were nourished. And you have a deep sense of the beauty of this tree, and you have a deep sense of the beauty of your own life. How you are unique and different. And yet you, like the tree, stand among other trees. Have a sense of the power of that tree to withstand time. And as you're noticing this tree and acknowledging the beauty of it and the majesty of it and the power of it, you realize that there is a tiny little box tucked in at the roots of this tree. And you realize that this is a gift from Divine Spirit for you. So reach for that. Take out this little box and open it. As you open it, you will experience something. Perhaps it's a word or a thought or a feeling, or perhaps you see a symbolic object. Even if you don't know what it is and what it might mean for you, receive that with gratitude, as it may have significance for you. And as you feel the gratitude in your heart for whatever challenges your life has brought to you, and for the willingness of your spirit, your soul, your divine nature to reach for the light, out of that gratitude, you have a gift that you would like to leave here by the tree. Perhaps it's water for the tree. Perhaps it's a gift for the next person who might come along. Perhaps it's a word or a thought or a feeling or some symbolic object. Leave your gift here with gratitude and appreciation. As you step back from the tree, honor that tree for its experience, and honor yourself for the experience that you have had of this life. And as you step away from this, bring that sense of honor and growth and power back with you, back into this time and space, back into this room, back into your physical form. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Stretch a little bit. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Welcome back. Does anyone have a question or would like to share their experience of that? Got a couple.
My box was full of rose petals. Pink,
Pink rose
swirling
petal?
Rose petals.
Rose petals. Rose is one of the highest vibrational plants there is. Actually, I think it is the highest. I don't know how they measure those things, but they do. So it's very high vibration. The color pink is all about love. So you're in a place in your life where anything that you do is coming from your heart now. Not out of duty, not out of obligation or responsibility. Certainly we have responsibilities, but everything that you do is coming from this heart of love. And when you come from this heart of love, it blesses many. Does that make sense? Right behind you.
My tree was in a weird, odd spot. It was in the middle of a city.
Okay.
So it was in the middle of a giant complex. And when I opened my box, a dragon flew out.
We were just talking about dragons earlier. So you may feel like an anomaly, an oddity in your world, but you're here for a reason. Without that tree in the city is bereft of that beauty. So you're here for a purpose. Receiving the dragon is about claiming your power, being able to acknowledge that power and be that power. There's more power here than you know.
I was on the side of a mountain, big pine forest on the side of a mountain, and I walked into a clearing that had a very large weeping willow tree.
Interesting.
And that's my favorite tree. I've always loved them. And there was this crook in the tree that I was able to step in so that I could, hold the tree. When I stepped back and opened the box, it was a little tiny black stone. I don't know what that is. It wasn't shiny or anything. I've seen them, but I don't know what kind of rock that is.
It feels to me, tell me if this feels right to you, it feels like an Apache tear. Because they're black, but you hold it to the light and you see through them.
No, this was opaque.
It was opaque?
Yeah.
So then it probably was either obsidian or what's the other black one? Tourmaline. Yeah.
Obsidian seems to ring.
Okay. So obsidian, the energy of obsidian is wonderful because you can chop that off and make a sharp point out of it. So and it can be used as a tool. And it's very shiny and slick and very powerful. So this gives you the power to be able to utilize whatever's happening in your life right now. You can transform that into something usable for yourself to benefit you and others. Does that make
And
sense?
why would a weeping willow be in the middle of a pine forest on a mountain?
Well, because it could. It's like, why are you where you are? Because you can. I think the energy of the pine trees is they're always green, evergreen, and the weeping willow is symbolic of surrender, not giving up, but surrender. Surrender is this willingness. So you're willing to allow yourself to be sharpened and to be useful for yourself and others. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pass it back.
I'm almost scared to tell you this. Mine was in the desert,
Okay.
which completely shocked me, but at any rate, I was drawn to this tree, and it told me it was a Joshua tree, and it began to tell me its story of struggle and of the light. The gift that was there was a seed. I don't know what kind of seed or whatever. And what I left was a vial of tears with it. The story of this tree just shook me to my roots. I don't even know how to explain it to you.
I would venture to guess that this tree is reflecting back to you all the struggle you've experienced in your life.
Yeah.
And you've had to do it alone. The desert is about being alone.
Okay.
And so the gift of the seed is saying, take that now and grow into what you choose, not what somebody else has formed of you or expected of you, but now you get to choose the growth and where you want to be, where you want to plant yourself.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And the vial of tears, you're going to nourish where you're going to be and the growth you're going to have by these past experiences. They're not just pain. They're here to teach you. They're here to bless you.
Yeah.
So this is giving you permission to release the past, but carry with it the power of overcoming.
Okay. I totally believe that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. That was hard. Thank you for doing that.
I think I have something that maybe, this is in my pocket. I have a black obsidian rock. Tear
Oh my
shape.
goodness.
I brought it today. I don't know why.
Oh, how cool is that? So there you go. She had an obsidian that she. Don't you just love that? I'm sure that was just an accident. Just a coincidence.
Mine was in a metal,
Uh-huh.
and it was a weeping willow too. And gift that I got was like in a real shiny box, but it was like an old pendant with different stones on it.
Okay, so again, the willow is saying that you've probably had your own struggles to go through, your own sorrows. And again, it's not about giving up, but it's about allowing that to have been what it was because there was some value in that. This pendant with all the different stones in it is giving you, every stone has its own energy and its own power and its own support system. So like amethyst helps you connect with spirit. Rose quartz helps you to take action out of love. So each of those things is giving you, in this moment, everything you need to be exactly what you need to be in every unique situation. So this is a divine gift to give you balance and harmony in all things.
And my gift to them, it was just a thank you.
Gratitude is the best gift of all, is it not?
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Up front? One here and one here. We'll get Lynn first. He's the mic man.
I always go to the forest, and I kept having a tree beckon me. And I got there, and it was a big old cedar tree. His name was Zeus.
Zeus. Even had a
Yeah.
name. Cool.
And he told me that he had been with me for many lifetimes, that in between my lifetimes he was dormant, but when I lived, he lived. He was part of who I am. And the gift I got was a ring that represented the tree of life, and I left reverence.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say about that other than wow. What a beautiful gift. Just to have that knowing of that presence, that you're not alone, that the structure is here for you and genuinely cares for you. Wow. That's a holy wow. One more over here. Pass that down.
I was in a wooded area off the beach, and the tree was like a rugged, really thick bark. When I opened the box, it was like a diamond crystal, not like a typical diamond, like thick in the middle, points on each side.
Double terminated. That's what they call
And
that.
I gave the tree a hug when I left. That was my gift.
Wonderful. So was a crystal clear, or did it have color to it?
It was clear.
It was clear. So a double terminated crystal gives you the ability to receive from spirit and to give back, to give to others. So this allows you to be a conduit and an amplifier of divine love, so that others can see through you the path. And what did you give back? I'm sorry.
Hug the tree.
You hug the tree. Okay, so again, it's all about love. And when a tree, the bark isn't soft, so hugging this tree is you're going to love people where they are, whether they've got smooth edges or not. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, that was strange because I was on a beach and there's a bunch of pines behind me. I was walking along and
A little closer. They can't hear you.
I was on a beach and there's pines all behind me and cliffs like a forest, and I walked up all these rocks and I saw this rugged tree, kind of like how you described it, and had this crazy looking arm, really rough and thick, kind of twisted bark, and I just went up and kind of laid on it, climbed in it, sort of, and what I'd opened up, it was a tiny, beautiful, like really dark wood box. I couldn't see the symbol, but when I opened it up, there was nothing but like silk something, like it held something, but I had a feeling of like overjoyment, like I wanted to cry. It was like, yay! It was like a feeling, and I left
Wonderful.
soil.
Okay, so the feeling that you got out of that was feeling sacred and treasured, right? Okay, so this is Divine Source wanting you to know that you are treasured, and wants you to have the sense of that always. Carry that with you always. And you left soil. This is what feeds a plant. So you're giving back to yourself now. You're willing to feed yourself what's nourishing for you. You're willing to take on some new venture, some new thing to learn. You're ready to grow. And you're ready to give yourself whatever you need in order to make that growth happen. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing that. Mr. Phil?